Well, of course, I was in the car, although I must say I've had two similar but maybe less serious incidents of the same kind. It was clear that they were very violent and very determined to get at me. And I know people also saw some armed protesters coming in as well. But I was fortunate enough to get out of the compound.
Was there any point at which you were worried for your life?
Yeah, there was no question that my life was seriously threatened.
Regarding the news this morning, there's been an assassination attempt on the leader of the Yellow Shirts, Sonti Limtongun. People will look at that and worry. Is Thailand sliding towards total chaos?
Well, any violent incident should be a worry, and we're not taking the case lightly. And I've asked for a swift investigation. At the same time, I want to be clear that we should not jump to conclusions, and we should not allow this to lead to even more widespread confrontation.
Do you think that some of the heat of this situation could be taken away by calling an election? I was asked this question for the last few months, and I have said that I had put as a priority a period of stability, carrying out our commitments as ASEAN chair, putting in place some basic pieces of economic policy to protect the poor and people who lose jobs from the recession, and also political reform. After all, my opponents are calling for the rules to be changed, and if we held elections now, it would be under the existing rules, which they do not support, and it would just get us back into the same situation. So wouldn't it make sense to change the rules first to everybody's satisfaction, and then let's go and then let's have the elections after? Finally, Thaksin Shinawatra, the former Prime Minister, called at one point for a revolution. He then appeared to backtrack once the violence happened and said that there shouldn't be political violence. I mean, he seemed to be displaying in that interview that he didn't want violence. So why have you taken the decision to revoke his passport?
Well, you have to make a distinction between what he said before and after the events. And before, he was clearly calling for all kinds of actions that can only be interpreted as inciting violence. It's very sad for a former leader of a country to be prepared to go to that length to actually destroy the opportunity that our people and this country had in getting out of this crisis in a peaceful fashion.
I mean, would you go as far as to is he a terrorist in the eyes of the government now?
Well, I must say, for a number of moments during the last few days, a lot of people felt that there were almost acts of terrorism, and somebody outside the country was calling for it.